And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings?
Welcome and well met. As a discerning customer like yourself will doubtless appreciate, we offer excellent service at a fair price. Do come again. Looking for aught in particular?
The morrow is just another opportunity to improve.
You shan't hear me complain. I was a tad. Our adventure continues.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
I hope you slept well.
Not much has changed since I was a girl.
Looking for aught in particular?
I'm dead on my feet.
Time to find me a mark.
Let down my
Need
hair.
a coin.
This ox cart's bound can't set off till I've had my due. Over here, please.
Anyone gives me trouble, it doesn't interest me. Sounds like the sort of place you'd encounter some sort of fell apparition. I see you're no stranger to combat. It doesn't interest me. Sounds like the sort of place you'd encounter some sort of fell apparition. Mind you don't get so fond of battle, it changes you. I just hope its presence doesn't bode anything sinister. We don't need aught more to worry about in this kingdom. I see you're no stranger. It doesn't interest me. Sounds like
I'd be glad to talk when I'm off duty, sir. I'd be glad to talk.
I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance.
One must take pride in their charge.
Lots to do, and precious little time.
Well met, sir. Need a room for the night? Pleasure doing
Feels eerie with no one about.
I shall suffer none. Aye. Is there aught you require, sir?
I just hope its presence doesn't... You've... Incredible! Listen, I've dedicated my life to perfecting my abilities as a soldier and the skill... As such, you've proven yourself, but... You look well.
Having the Arisen Obtainer Maester's teaching is a welcome boon for us pawns as well.
I shall strive to learn from your example. The time I eventually find it.
I must needs have poise.
Fancy a gander? I've weapons, truth be told. I'm of half a mind to pack up and leave. Much obliged. Let my fur lie how it may.
I expect you'll be wanting my assistance.
Allow me. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
nicely done. Would that we might always be so in step, eh?
Beg pardon but if you seek a bed and you've the coin, 'tis yours. No questions asked.
I have no issue falling as...
Watch the wind blow my fur every which way. Mayhap I'll find something.
Time to be heading.
I mustn't let the cat see my legs.
about this?
Mayhap I'll treat myself to a tipple before bed.
Venturing to grand way to wind up a cadaver.
What ruins your day? Like getting cut open. My bed calls. And I shan't resist.
Ought we to meddle with this mechanism? Why, the decision is yours, Arisen, naturally.
We pawns will be ready to respond, whatever the outcome.
Well now. I'm a lucky man. Thought I was waiting here for naught. But when someone finally does come along, 'tis you. I've always wanted a real fight with you. One on one. Here's my chance. You're not holding back on me, are you, Sir Arisen?
Tis Sir Ragnall, Master. We've not heard a whisper of the man since you parted ways at the gate, yet there he stands.
He seems to desire a bout. You to fight alone. We shall await you here. Best of luck to you.
Is this someone's idea of a jade? You're made of sterner stuff than that.
If you would like me to fight alongside you, just say the word.
This is absurd.
A bested Sir Ragnall, Master. An incomparable feat. But we cannot revel in your triumph. We must press on.
Right you are.
my call. Your will is mine to command. Curses. This arrival of the true Risen is most inopportune. Sovereign of Vermin, the ritual must not be disturbed. Let not the Arisen approach. You can manage that, I trust.
Last, they confront the pretender to your title, Master. I hope the man has made his peace.
The fire must be put out ere our comrade burns. Trust. My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment.
Too fast for you.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Your efforts are for naught, Arisen. Now, simply watch as this world's hollow and fruitless order is remade by my hand. The ritual is complete. The dragon comes. Behold! The Royce Dragon! By my power, the dogma of dragons is unmade. You could ne'er understand, Arisen. We must all be freed from the vulgar order wherein the dragon's existence determines all. It's not enough. Cursed, Arisen. You've doomed us all to the cycle. And you...
Greetings, Arisen. Hast thou summoned the resolution to face me? Then answer me this. Why dost thou fight? Is it to reclaim thy flesh, thy stolen heart? Or is it to reclaim thy throne? I offer thee a choice. Grant unto me this life in my claws, and be gone from this place. Or stand and fight. Pitiable Arisen. The time for thou to make thy choice is come. Show me the path thou wouldst walk. Go, and thou shalt live to claim thy coveted throne. Fight and thy life is must fulfill our charges. I, as the dragon, and thou as the arisen. Climb upon me. We shall depart for our true battlefield. Thou wishest to dismantle the world's will, just as I do. Yet dost thou know what awaiteth the world, should it meet such a fate? 'Twould become a fleeting, fragile, vacuous thing, bereft of the cycle. Naught would be born into it save chaos, great and terrible. Surviving
No, stay away.
Pray. Turn back.
Leave now, while you can.
You have strayed, Arisen. And for what? Lest you forget. You have a world where you belong. There, you are to fell the great evil in your path and rule the people as their sovereign. For that is who you are. And it is my wish that you should live out that life of purpose. The time has come for you to return. Go. My children shall see you there safely.
Let us go home. Together.
To a world under your rightful rule.
To a world all your own.
This is your will? Then behold, a world unmerciful, bereft with benevolent hands thereof. find it strange? But this is your world. The world to which you longed to return. Alas, if only you had chosen to become sovereign. At the end of your travails, you could have ruled over these lands in perpetual peace. Yet that world of limitless possibilities has ended. You stand now upon its remains, the vestiges of a world that could have been so much more. Innumerable wills have served to deliver this world from extinction time and time again. You alone have refused to carry out that great purpose. What you see before you is the consequence of your apathy. Behold. Will all come to an end. As it has failed to be chosen, and as 'twill ne'er be read, this world will soon cease to exist. In the blink of an eye, the sickle of oblivion will reap aught that you have known. I would advise you not to waste these last moments. Explore the remnants of this world while you can. Perhaps, in doing so, you shall come to see the truth. And know the wretchedness of a world unworthy of being chronicled. How shall you fare, I wonder? Will you endure in this world, abandoned and unprotected?
I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
One of our number is unconscious. Truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair. I grant you Fire's blade. Use it well. Aught fell from the beast that was last. So close, a call offers no solace in victory.
We were overconfident in our abilities. It is a painful reminder that fortune does not always favour us. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
We meet again, Arisen.
A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness spores can contract beyond.
The Arisen comes. Is this meeting also by the dragon's design? Then I bid ye farewell.
What has become of the world? Would that there was someone who could explain this madness.
Come to think of it, did not Sir Rotheus speak of releasing the world from its bonds in the Seafloor Shrine?
If this is indeed the world unbound, then perhaps we ought to seek out his wisdom.
Then I shall remain by your side. Let my magic's rod bring an immense relief. Such beings quail before holy light. Fine display of skill. I can do no less in service to the Arisen.
Not a bad idea.
right there.
Your pawn is nowhere to be seen, Master. But where would a pawn possibly go, leaving their own master behind?
Perhaps this too is Lord Phasis' doing. We ought to go and speak with him at the Forbidden Magic Research Lab.
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the Watching One. Is this your doing, newest of the Arisen? I am he who brought the dragon low, and o'er its bones raised the proud kingdom of Vermin. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was dissatisfied and sought e'er greater heights, till at last I ruled the world entire. Thus did I come to know of the Watching One, the being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world goes unobserved. As to the purpose with which they watch, I know not. Yet I did divine one thing. This world has lain neath the Watching One's unwavering gaze ere the dawn of its history. I despaired at this discovery, for if all is but a stage, did that not render my hard-won glories, my throne astride the world, mere spectacles for the all-seeing eye to watch? Was all a farce, and I, the fool, exulting in my wooden crown. Do you understand, newest of the Arisen? This is why I sought to fell the Watching One. Alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beastman, young or old, I did not succeed. Indeed, my efforts led only to my own ruin. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign, and by the hand of a new Arisen, consigned to this place forevermore. Yet, I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for myself. Falter not, newest of the Arisen, for your path is just. And, fading spirit though I am, I may yet summon those who can be of aid to you.
I see you have returned, Arisen One. The Mad Sovereign has called, and so we answer. If you would save the people of this world from ruin, lead them here. For this place may chance to escape the coming destruction.
I imagine the people of this world will welcome the tidings that there is a place of refuge awaiting them.
There's no great shock.
We too once bore the mantle of Arisen, though no longer. As we walked our respective paths, each of us lost the incomparable strength of will that made us Arisen. One in despair of the dragon's boundless might, one in pursuit of vengeance's cold comfort. And one for fear of what fate held in store. Yet, you bear it still, Arisen One. Hold fast to your strength of will, for it shall doubtless lend you the strength you will need to spare this world its end.
The Arisen comes. Is this meeting also by the dragon's design? Then I bid ye farewell.
No purchases to be made.
The Mad Sovereign's power it could prove the last bastion of hope for the people of this world. Alas, 'twill not hold forever. The coming destruction can only truly be forestalled if 'tis sundered at its heart. The only reason I am here is to fell the dragon.
Your pawn is nowhere to be seen, Master. But where would a pawn possibly go, leaving their own master behind?
Perhaps this too is Lord Phasus' doing. We ought to go and speak with him at the Forbidden Magic Research Lab.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
I happen to understand Elvish, Master.
I don't know what to
Chloe! You, Master. I'd not leave this Fred?
Let's have a look then.
Is this a challenge, Arisen, to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
You're the Arisen, aye? And here I had taken you for dead. I am to inform you that Lord Phasus requests your presence at the Forbidden Magic Research Lab. As to whether you heed him, I care not.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm cut out for this work.
'Tis hard to find my footing in this darkness.
Little enough gold to spend as 'tis.
Always a fresh breeze blowing round here.
These really are hidden in the most unlikely places, aren't they?
A splendid discovery. Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Ah, Arisen. You yet live. I suspected as much, given that your pawn still remains. One might hypothesize that your pawn is sustained by your vital essence. Or perhaps something more. In any case, we ought to apprise one another of the situation. Is there aught you would know? Ah, yes. I trust it has not escaped your notice that the end of days is upon us. After you vanished, together with the Red Dragon, the seas rose to swallow the skies. 'Twas perhaps a month from that evil day when a new calamity befell us. A host of dragons descended from the skies and fell upon the land with fang and claw. Laz the Oracle called upon me ere you arrived. As she tells it, Melve and its environs have already fallen prey to the beasts. 'Tis surely only a matter of time before the rest of the kingdom follows suit. I found the poor creature collapsed by the wayside near Batal. Recognizing your pawn, I decided to take the ailing thing into my custody. I thought it possible that the Arisen's pawn might hold the key to making sense of all this Alas, try what I might, your pawn will not wake. Mayhap you will succeed where I could not. The pawn is, after all, yours to command. Indeed. Then I shall take my turn. In your absence, I had hoped your pawn might yield me some information. But as you have returned, I would hear the truth from your lips. Tell me, Arisen, what became of you this past month? So, following your plunge into the sea on the dragon's back, some mysterious presence reached out to you. Could that have been the World Forged? Yet why would such a being linger in those fathomless depths? I can only speculate, and speculate I shall. This ought to prove a fruitful avenue of investigation. For that, I thank you. Now, if you can find a way to end this interminable slumber, your pawn is, of course,
Oh, Master. How long I've slept? Far too long, it seems. But worry not. Now that I'm awake, I shall follow wherever you lead. Leave the finding of equipment-enhancing materials to me, Master. I shall sniff them out and mark them on your map. To think that the world could shift so suddenly and so utterly...
So you're here. Now that I think of it, I do seem to recall Lord Phasus lamenting that he be reduced to aiding you. But it matters not. Both he and I are too rushed off our feet to care for such triviality. We seek to devise some means of forestalling these dragons' attacks from above, you see. If you've an interest in helping us fight this battle, perhaps you will... 'Tis all the same. Either way. This world needs no Arisen to save it. Such is Lord Phasus's creed and mine. Leave me be, Lord. If you've an interest in helping us fight this...
these writings could be of import.
Shall we take a closer look?
Would that I knew more of this world's...
A peculiar sensation filled me during my time with Lord Faesus. Although I was... wholly unconscious, I could still feel you, Arisen. Like a heartbeat, warm and constant. And so my faith in our bond remained steadfast.
'Twas an ordeal indeed, and there is much for us to ponder. But for now, we must find a means to forge ahead.
If this experiment was a failure, everyone sticks with their own affairs.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Ah, I remember you. What brings you to the encampment? It is a miracle you're still alive. Though I dare say that's true of all of us. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for the sake of an idle jest. If we must leave, we shall have to begin preparations at once. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could use some help with. A blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. Might you escort them here, so that they can join the evacuation? The smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense. Well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contentious sort. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of any. I can only hope that she will be more willing to listen. And while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the encampment is made ready to depart with all due haste.
Ah, I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation. There's no great shock to me. It appears we found a ballista.
This could grant us an edge in battle, if we use it well.
Perhaps...
Master, if ever your pack grows cumbersome...
All told,
are you fit to travel?
At what... Drake! It cannot weather icy enough...
want you roaring flames. Arisen! Are you alright?
I shall suffer such offence. We are our master's myrmidons and no others.
Of course.
Feast your eyes up, next!
Strike at the heart while it's exposed.
You find it strange, but this is, alas, yet that what you stand at, innumerable will you alone, what you see behold. Twill all come to an, as it has failed in the blink of an eye, I would advise, perhaps, and know, how shall you fare?
I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
I'll attack you! I grant you fire's blade. Use it well.
No, I am, despite the magnitude, the being as to the yet I did I spy. Do you understand? Alas, indeed. I was dubbed yet. I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I set? What bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for my falter not, and accept the arisen and fading spirit though I am. I may yet summon those.
I see you have the Mad Sovereign. If you would say, for this place may chance...
I imagine the people of this world will welcome the tidings that there is a place of refuge awaiting them.
I suppose 'tis so.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen? With the port crystal placed, we'll be able to use a fairy stone to return here in an instant. Your pawn is nowhere to be seen, Master. But where would a pawn possibly go, leaving their own master behind?
Perhaps this too is Lord Phasus' doing. We ought to go and speak with him at the Forbidden Magic Research Lab.
Better mind than mine to solve this.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer a
All told, I'm right.
Ah, good. I see the Arisen's found someone to handle our business.
Whate'er comes, we shall hold. Tell us of world events, or our cities. We must needs do aught within our power to forestall this impending.
We must find more manuscripts on this topic.
Power of the dragon. The brine.
Off to market I go. Does life have meaning? Or is what we do in vain?
'Tis a strange sort that ventures willingly into darkness.
Ah, now here's a surprise.
At least all our efforts weren't for naught.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Ah, I suspected as one might I. In any case, we ought to apprise one another of this. Indeed. In your absence, tell me, Arisen. So far could that have been? Yet why would and speculate I now? If you can find a.
Oh, Master, how long I've slept. Worry not.
I admire your dedication, Master. 'Tis no small feat to hone one's skills.
Whatever.
Now that I think of it, but it matters not. We seek to divide. If you've an interest, 'tis all the same.
remember the last time.
Leave me be if you've an interest in helping us fight this battle. Leave me be if you've an interest in help.
It appears we found a ballista.
Ah, it is a miracle you're Oh, Father. But I think we're a bit in fact, a blacksmith and a smith. But, well, you'd have naught to do with I can only hope, and while you're taking care of that...
I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation.
It is as you say.
If your pack grows over full,
we ought to urge the people to flee to the seafloor shrine. The red clouds seem to be less abundant thereabouts.
Still, 'tis easier said than done. The people may not believe us, even should we make our case.
I'm not going to take that from you. A ladder, is it? How convenient.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste. Douse the flames before 'tis too late!
From that blow. You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait a moment.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
You truly are formidable, Arisen.
Leave the finding of equipment enhancing. I found a place with some useful... over so soon? Why? We seem to have come through unscathed.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Feast your eyes on this. Tower foe stumbles. Just one more push to bring it down.
Moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this. Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but... Master, I can confidently declare that you are the finest trickster in all the world.
Avoid flame at any cost, Arisen. You have been doused in oil.
Guard all you want. It won't make a difference when I've threatened you. See?
It was excellent. I would have done no better.
Perhaps you might join the fight yourself.
Never have I encountered such strategy. Let my magic launch you in an elemental ring. My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait right there.
You wish me to return? At once, Master. You'll not live to regret this.
We should be able to move this boulder with our combined might.
A firm push is what's needed here. It isn't much of an adventure if all we do is make camp. It is enough to make camp only when we need it.
Am I the first to notice we've all got different vocations?
It is a tad inconvenient that we can't share equipment.
I see it as a glad thing. Magma scales! There!
Ice will be most effective against this foe.
Douse the flame before it is too late!
In another world, I learned that a forgotten riftstone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master?
Well now, whatever brings you here? These are perilous times to be wandering about. You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? I am touched by your kindness, friend, but we'll manage on our own. I couldn't bear to be pressed in among those crowds.
Now, now, I'll hear none of that. I'll see you to safety, my dear, come hell or high water. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your trust by now. Helped me out of a tight spot on more than one occasion, if you'll recall. After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us, we'd seem mighty ungrateful, turning our back on another helping hand extended only in kindness.
Oh, very well, my love, if you insist. It seems we'll be accepting your offer after all, friend. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges to the encampment. But be mindful. The path seems much changed since last we walked it.
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuate?
Would you find Ser Ernesto and tell him we've arrived? Let him know that we'll wait here till the time comes.
Oh, a ballista.
Ha ha! I can think of all manner of uses for a contraption.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider. Surely you can see that the situation is dire.
How many times must I say it? I'll not be ordered about. Not by ye, not by anyone. Now bugger off and leave me alone.
I cannot begin to...
Ah, good. I'm afraid there's another matter for which I must beg. It concerns the fellow I was just speaking with. Sir Lamond, his name. The man's something of a regular at our hut. I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation, but he has flatly refused to join us. I must confess, I'm at a loss as to how I might convince him. Could I prevail upon you to try your hand? At this point, methinks anything I say will fall on deaf ears.
Sir Lamond is as mighty as 100 soldiers. 'Twould be reassuring to have his aid. Shall we speak with him?
I quite agree. This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
Fancy meeting ye here, cuz. Did you want something? Not this again. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone. Not even ye. Now that you mention it, that lot do seem a bit hopeless. Reckon there's a fair chance they'll fall head first into their graves before they've even seen their destination. Aye, fine. I'll get it done. Can't say I'm happy about leaving this place behind, but you've my word.
He seems to have acquiesced. Sir Ernesto will be thrilled to hear it, I'm sure.
It is as you say.
I cannot thank you enough. We shall fare much better on the road with Sir Lamond's arm to defend us. 'Twill be slow going, mind. We have wounded whom we must accommodate. Yet, come what may, I swear to see them all to safe harbor.
The people of Volcanic Island are evacuated. May they make it through the impending chaos intact.
There's no great shock to me.
You're no soldier. I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give you a roof over your head at least.
You shan't hear me complain.
Should we hunt a few monsters to start the day off?
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Shall we get under...
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills. There's something strange about the way time passes here.
Driving me up the walls,
I'll take the night watch of death will get it.
Now here's aught of interest. A ballista.
Let us make use of this during battle. I've no doubt 'twould catch our foes unawares. You look upon me so expectantly. Are we acquainted?
Barely lift their swords.
It takes a strange ilk to elect to dwell in such hinterlands as these.
Indeed. Vermund feels a world away.
Come to think of it, different masters favor different pawns. One whom I serve preferred to have beastrons for allies. To battle already? It wasn't much of a reprieve.
The fire must be put out in our common earth. You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait a moment.
once and true, and our quarry shall fall. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Behold! It moves! For what impelled it? Go forth, Talos! May you strike down any dragon in your path!
The statue has stirred from its slumber. Where will it go now? It does not appear poised to attack us. Let us keep watch for the time being.
Are we ignoring the enemy today?
Let us defer to the Arisen's judgment.
I suppose 'tis so.
Behold! The red clouds are receding! Did the pawn within impel the statue to action?
Uh-oh. Methinks the fiend felt that. Perhaps a few more for good measure.
This was your doing, was it not? I'll not pretend to understand, but you have my... 'Twas enough to give me hope of snatching this world.
Truly, the strength of the mortal will ne'er ceases to amaze.
You seem distracted. Is aught amiss?
Perhaps you believe destruction to be my goal, that I seek to bring an end to this ill-begotten world. However, naught could be further from the truth. In this world, I exist only to observe, to read all that unfolds.
Arisen? Could it be that the world forged addresses you even now?
Well, well, 'twould seem that this man is aware of my presence, if only in part.
I confess I know not what you are, nor do I care. Be you a transcendent being of a piece with the divine, or only an observer keeping watch on us from afar. Know this, you have no right to deem this world a mistake.
He bears a will strong and true. Had he but chosen a different path, he would have made a fine Arisen. Yet, there is no sense lamenting what might have been, for that title has lost all meaning. After all, what need is there for Arisen in a world coming apart at the seams?
You underestimate mortal kind at your peril. Mark my words. The day will come when I divine the truth of this world, and on that day I shall free it from its yoke, from the burden of this loathsome dogma of dragons! Did my words reach them, no matter? I will not be swayed in my course. Continue your fight, Arisen, as I will mine. Let it never be said that I wanted for constancy. To the last, I shall see my will done. Did my... no matter? I will not be swayed.
So long as breath swell... You dare? Where did I, Or was this path always doomed? So long as breath swells within my body, despair has no hold on me, for possibility does not exist without... Where did I, Talos War...
Did my words reach, no matter? I'll continue your fight to the last. I shall...
It appears we found the ballista. Some regions have yet to be evacuated.
We ought to choose our next step. My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait right there.
Very useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager. Look, Master! Magma scales! Douse the flames before 'tis too late! I see no merit in hunting down such cravens.
Liar's blade. Use it well.
This has gone from bad to worse.
Well done!
Upset the brute's balance and will fall to the ground. From there, our victory is all but assured.
I've got their attempts at the though. But together, I think we can manage it.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
This is one beast we would do better not to enrage. Suffice to say, it would be beyond our power to contend with it.
Then we'd best fell it quickly.
Fall back, and I will heal you with my magics. Wait right there. magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Here we stand.
Considering the might of our combined experience, what...
Thank you, friend. This place does not have long left, I fear. We ought to get to safety. I'd gladly accompany you, believe me. But the others here? Follow me. You'll see what I mean.
'Twould seem we need not always travel by foot, if novel inventions such as...
'Tis a jail of sorts, this place. A compound where we set capture. They were supposed to be digging up old ruins or some such. I confess, I don't know all of the ins and outs of the operation. Under... Well, here you have it. They've been like this for a month straight now. They refuse to leave. You might as well try talking to a wall. I know they don't die like we do, but it seems cruel to abandon. I never wanted to be here, you know, taking part in all of this. The enslavement of pawns doesn't sit well with me. I suppose that's why I can't bring myself to leave them behind. Either that, or the current state of them. At any rate, I've tried everything I can think of to get them out, but naught's done any good.
The command came a month ago or more. We are to remain here. And so we remain.
I implore you, Arisen. Take me with you.
So they're staying here because they were ordered to remain, and they told you that, did they? Strange. I couldn't get a word out of them. I wonder why they saw fit to speak with you. But never mind that. More importantly, you've given me an inkling of the problem at hand. It was the Overseer's doing, methinks. When the world changed, that craven up and ran for his life, but on his way out, he used that artifact they call the God's Way to command the pawns. I expect that order of his is what the pawns were referring to. But why would they continue to obey when the man is long gone? Listen, friend, I've a thought. What say you have a look around and see if the Overseer's command is indeed still in effect? It could be that he is lurking somewhere not far from here. Use that key to have a look around. It should open any doors you come across. Best keep your eyes peeled for the Overseer as well. I have a feeling he's still lurking about here somewhere.
Pray, spirit me from this danger! I am sorry.
Talos was mighty indeed. With such power in our hands, I dare say even the dragon would not pose a threat to us. Why is it that the doors one most wishes to open are always locked?
Be on the lookout for a likely-looking key.
Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
To think that the world could shift so suddenly and so utterly. It is a frightful thing.
We need answers. Who would seek to end this world, and for what purpose? A ladder, is it? How convenient.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side.
Well met, sir. How's the day treat? You then. Always a pleasure.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
These were necessary expenses, mind. No use clinging to every last coin.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
'Tis an item of exceptional rarity. I cannot wait to tell my own master of its existence.
Must finding these be so difficult?
A splendid discovery. Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
So, the pawns were being held here by the power of this godsway. Now they ought to be free to make good their escape.
Aptly said.
Well met, sir. How is the day treating you then?
Tis locked, but mayhap a show of brute strength will yield us passage.
So, there was naught. I'll wager he thought to take the pawns with him to the grave. He always was a spiteful old goat. At any rate, I'm well grateful for your aid, friend. Now, I only hope they'll heed my words as they have yours. But I'm not worried. I'll find a way to reach them in time, no doubt. My word! Isn't this the Godsway? With this, I'll be able to guide the pawns to the refuge with now there's no chance of any of them being left behind. Seems I've no end of things to think. I appreciate all you've done here. I'll get the pawns to safety, don't you worry.
With this, their evacuation is all but assured. Godsways are loathsome artifacts, but I suppose they have their uses.
Mayhap 'twas somewhat overdone, but no matter. A short jaunt can quickly become a journey, till before you know it, you're bruised up and all out of curatives.
I dare say that's part and parcel of the adventurous trade. ladder that can take us to new heights.
After you, Arisen.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings?
Now we shall be able to transport ourselves here at any time, so long as we've a ferry. Stone with us.
Those are not mere clouds. They seem to possess a will of their own.
Would that we could extinguish them. Much is unclear, but we cannot afford to remain idle. I know precisely when a curative...
There was something very clear about that dragon.
Don't bemoan our fate, though I'll admit I feel like our prospects.
Let my magic grant you an elemental boon. On my way! That attack looks devastating. We ought to keep our distance whenever it is unleashed.
enemy is simply the bride in draconic form. I bet I like it.
We can still prevail, though I fear for our chances.
You were unprepared for such a struggle.
I'm safe. Thank you. Stay with me, Arisen. Wait a moment. I grant you fire's blaze. This place is open and bereft of suitable cover. Watch our foes' movements carefully, lest it reduce us to cinders.
Focus our strikes on the red lumps. More of the team's weaknesses might be revealed.
Is easily done. Strike hard enough! You might not have to do this twice.
Moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this.
I will finish this here and now. The creature is gone. Let us revel in the knowledge that this region has escaped its destruction.
to think.
Well met.
What was it I had to do?
You've pushed your luck too far.
I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
Sir Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of Batal to be quarrelling amongst themselves. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can recall our common purpose and unite our efforts towards it. Ah, Sir Arisen. You are returned with the world in such disarray, I could not stand to be away from my home. Thus did I return, to render what aid I maintain order as best I can. But for every fire I extinguish, it seems 3 more are incited behind my back. But enough of my woes. What brings you here? You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, it is likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas, the people of Batal are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long. With every soul at their wits' end, conflict is like to spark at the... As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen. Behold their plight with your own, and should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels, and such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all. As for me, my work here is far from done. Let us part ways.
Flared tempers are understandable given the circumstances. Let us aid in mediating the quarrels arising in Batal.
I suppose 'tis so.
You saw the sky fall, I trust. I doubt you could have missed it. And wherever the sky falls, a dragon soon or so I had assumed, after what befell Mel. Yet aught here appears to be different. I must examine that creature. It may well be the key to unraveling the origins of this cataclysm.
The path through this rock has been sealed to us. There's naught for it but to search for an Many paths are close to us now, on account of the dragon's descent, no doubt. But we must find a way to reach it.
Confound this obstruction. I suppose I ought to have expected this. Answers were ne'er so easily won. Monsters! Summoned by that beast, no doubt.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Regret that.
You'll not live to regret this.
Principles unproven are as dust on the wind. Seems this is the only way forward. Enough dallying. Follow me.
Excellent. I could have done no better.
Naught can be achieved without... Enough dallying. Follow me. A fine welcome indeed. I can only hope that the worst is now behind us. Principles unproven are as dust on the wind.
I'll not stand idly by.
I grant you roaring flame. Fall back, and I will heal you with my magic. Halt right there.
At least your eyes are this!
Fire must be put out ere our comrade burns.
Naught can be achieved without sacrifice. it is. The dragon at the heart of all this destruction.
It is a bit early to be thanking me. The enemy yet remains. Splendid.
Does my lifelong work... What a singular creature. Is this what called the monsters forth? Why did you destroy it? The secrets we might have learned. Never mind. You've your charge, 'tis true, and the fiends appear to be falling back. But I trust you won't object if I take a sample of its remains. After all, your role is to save this world. And go, do what you must. I will remain here and continue my work. Someday soon, I will lay... And on that day, I will slip...
What was it I had to do?
I'll not take that from you!
That's it. I've had enough. That's it. I've had enough.
That's quite... Haven't you had enough yet? You're the one who started this.
Stop this nonsense, the pair of you. As for me,
I ought I'd...
This might contain useful information.
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
What's this all about?
Interested in my wares?
Look as long as you please.
Do come again. Quite the sum of gold we just spent. 'Tis clear the Arisen is no miser.
These were necessary expenses, mind. No use clinging to every last coin.
Another cup of tea'd help me keep my eyes open. With Brocker's teaching, so ask away. My hammer... is at your disposal, sir. Relocating a forge is no laughing matter. Pleasure doing business with you. Where are you off to
Work's
next?
work.
Someplace exciting.
Someone had better come along. I need the work.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but
Ah! You're just riding on your father's coattails!
You slander my honor, sir! I demand a due... This is no business of your...
Now. If we are to duel, we ought to have a witness. Otherwise, who's to say the...
Aye, true enough. Without a witness. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? This knave dared to slight my honor. He said my swordsmanship was hardly fit to wound a training dummy. The blood...
It was your dear father's patronage that made you a...
Very well.
Ah! Let us settle this! How dare...
Such humiliation shan't go un...
I believe in you! Scared? Not on your life.
Do not wish to injure you.
You'll get what's coming to you.
Don't think I'll stand for this.
You plan to roll over and die, then?
You dare violate the sanctity of our jewel!
If you would like me to fight alongside you, just say the word. Must be losing my nerve.
Leave me out of this. You plan to roll over and die, then? This ain't good. You can do this. I know you. That's ugly.
Don't let them get the better of you.
I've never heard such...
Just make it quick.
Steel yourself!
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. You dared to interrupt our duel, but were so craven you required an entourage? Have you no honor? You're not worthy of witnessing...
Indeed. I care for this.
I was most surprised when you intervened in their duel. Did you aim to temper their pride by proving neither your equal?
a resounding success.
What's your problem?
All I can do is try to
Welcome.
This looks as good a place as any.
Oi! I saw it first. Phew. Trust a flea-ridden hide to take it all for himself.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Batal is your land.
Now you've gone and done it.
You there! You couldn't have come and put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into him. If that's what you think, why don't you mind...
All right, clear off. Pretty words shan't fill out... I'll not take that from...
That's it,
You said it's bad to hurt people. Wow! Thanks, sir. Say, Rakim, would you like some? I
can't eat all this myself.
Really? Thanks. That's mighty kind of you. If only I...
Oi, leave my...
You're not some child snatcher, are you?
Wait. You shared your food with them. Thank you, sir. As for you, Nomos, it would seem we were both but looking out for our
Aye. Mayhap we're not so different after all. And we both had children fed. We've no reason to...
The desire to protect one's kin transcends race and culture. It just goes to show, we are none of us so different.
Not bad, all things considered.
Have a gander at my wares. You shan't regret. Pleasure doing business with you.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
My talents lie in combining materials, and I'll use those in my possession. And to crop...
I thank you for the chance to hone my swordsmanship.
If ever
And
you've need of an ear to listen. A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness pawns can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses all self-control, and in time will even cease to heed the Arisen's commands.
That sounds most unpleasant. But leave the finding of equipment-enhancing materials to me. I know where we can find useful materials for enhancing your...
Very well. I shall return.
Well met.
Looking for aught in particular?
Not to keep my wits about me.
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you.
Oi, you! Don't go poking your nose in our business.
Aye, leave off or we'll make you.
You dare!
Witness my ire.
This can't be happening!
You'll get what's coming to you. Caution, cowardice, or hair's breadth.
This is beyond the pale.
Shall continue to suffer?
I think this is it for me. Not on your life.
This is beyond the pale.
Your portrait!
You'll answer for this.
I'm not listening.
There is naught I can do to check your highness harder. Draw upon.
Right, this one's got thick skin.
You're telling me? I don't think I've got another punch left.
Bah, I can't stomach more quarrelling after this. Just drain the fight right out of me.
Too right. I've clean forgotten what we were arguing about to begin.
Their tempers do appear to be quelled, but I hope you aren't injured, Master.
Tis in fate's hand. In the end, 'twas all for naught. Another day over.
I'd never leave. I've been on my feet today. All the sunshine. I keep feeling
Well met, sir. How might I say?
Pray, be at ease, sir. Life in this country can be hard to bear.
Well, I'll be.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
I've little enough gold.
Haven't had much luck.
Welcome.
What's to do? Can't.
Looking for aught in particular?
I see which way your things go.
Ah, Sir Arisen. The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very pray, return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your doings. I must remain here. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought to be willing to commence the evacuation now.
Understood.
Only fools and urchins post to bed.
Her Majesty has begun her supplications. None may see her.
Stay your hand, Vera. Come hither. We would speak with you. One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its... Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels, wheresoever...
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon...
Indeed. Forgive us, but...
Bagbatal and the rest down are now safely evacuated. I'm certain we can rely upon Sir Manila to keep the peace.
Not bad, all things considered.
If anyone can see us through this calamity.
Surely I'm overdue a day off.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
I've weapons to sell. But is that really what you came out here for? I've been getting so few customers. Truth be told, I'm of half a mind to pack up and leave. What with the volcano growing more active of late as well. Much obliged.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
These were necessary expenses, mind. No.
Since time, remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drink. As well. Then I bid ye farewell.
Fancy a gander? I've fine goods for sale. I've weapons. Truth be told, I'm of half a mind. To pack up and leave. What with the volcano? Always a pleasure.
Since times of eld, dragon blood has been used to refine all Remember, draconic blood flows through the vein. Of lesser drake. Then I bid ye farewell.
I've fine goods for sale. I've never heard such nonsense.
How might I be of service? Many thanks. Need anything?
Where's my comb? My fur's in the right.
There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Oh, now here's a surprise.
At least all our efforts weren't for naught.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Come take a look. You'll be glad. You did. Do come again.
Won't someone do aught about this?
Your Majesty, how glad I am to see you safe. Where have you been this past month? The end of the world. Are things truly so dire? Though, I am aware of the dragon attack on Melv. We received word that naught but a smoking ruin remains. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. However, without a clear path, we in the Guard shall be hard-pressed to forestall the impending crisis. You would have me evacuate the city? I see. Mayhap 'twould be for the best. Ever since the fall of Melv, the citizens of Vernworth have lived in fear that their homes are next to be assailed. If there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere, I believe we have naught to lose but I doubt I could convince the people of this city to abandon their homes. Methinks your Majesty would do better to ask this of the Regent King. After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, His Grace has been the one keeping order here, and if the people will heed anyone, 'tis him.
It is admirable how Regent King Sven has taken up command of the kingdom. We would be remiss not to offer him our aid.
Of course.
Go on, have a look.
I better get to work.
No hurry to leave.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only ask so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
So you've come. I'm glad to see you. Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your proposal, a full-scale evacuation of the citizenry. Truth be told, I had reached the same conclusion. So long as we cower within these walls, we must live in fear of going the way of Melv. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has set herself stubbornly against any such flight. I have tried to make her see reason, but of late she has taken to shutting herself in her chambers. However, I fear that my position permits me to entertain her fancy no longer. I must put the needs of the common folk before her selfish whims. Now, there are a few matters I must attend to before we can evacuate, and I would fain welcome your assistance. We will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged out of the city. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant at the ox cart station in the west of the city? For you may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and all expenses.
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her meals come back scarcely touched. Between you and me, I fear for her health.
Apologies, but I can't offer you a...
As long as I get my gold, who takes... As long as I get my gold, who takes the carts is no concern of mine.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
Apologies, but I can't...
Not good will come of this.
Is aught amiss?
Let me get that.
Why not hop in the cart? Your feet will...
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
Complaining? I'll have an early supper. Any chance to be alone is a welcome.
Getting proper rest is... You'll not believe.
I feel refreshed and ready.